Thanks for dropping in, everyone. This is a little different than my usual videos. Usually talk about markets and stuff like that, but today I wanted to hit on more economic, broader things that are more relevant to what's going on. So, I want to start off with the economy. Things are seeming to be okay, but then when you look into like deeper into the picture, unemployment is high. Consumer debt is the highest it's ever been. Inflation is killing most people. Most people are underemployed. And unfortunately, a lot of consumer debt is out there. Um, Also, buy now and pay later has emerged, which is a big concern. You know. I also want to hit on real estate. It really depends what state you're in. I'm in Massachusetts, and it seems that we're in like a bull market, and will always will be. It's just everyone wants to live here, but unfortunately, the cost of living here is very expensive. A median family of four, the median income would be about $120,000 to live comfortably here in Massachusetts. So it's definitely not a cheap state to live in. You have to really think about sacrifices when you live in this state. Um, that's why I do what I do. So right now the markets are not really paying attention to what's going on. All news is good news for the stock market right now. S&P 500 hit all-time highs. Nasdaq, Dow Jones, all-time highs. So it's like times are good for the investors, but it's not so good for the employees. So all these companies are raising prices, but what people like because of the wage increases in California. But what folks don't understand is that yeah, McDonald's is like a huge corporation, but McDonald's is actually a real estate company, landlord. So what they do is they rent out their properties to franchise owners. So that way, the franchise owners, they operate, they pay the costs, they get the supplies, they pay the franchise costs, and then they deal with running the restaurant. So McDonald's is not a restaurant company. McDonald's is a landlord and real estate company, which is very interesting. Everyone thinks McDonald's is French fries and burgers, but no. The real picture is they're a real estate company and they own all that real estate that you see. They just lease it out to the franchisees. So like a lot of franchises in California, like there's one that has 18 locations, some have 10. It's like these are small mom and pop franchise owners. They're not like huge corporations or like Wall Street, like hedge funds, or like equity funds. None of that. So consumer debt is a big problem right now. Folks are trying to live above their means. Um, I mean, I can understand people want to keep up appearances, but like all you're doing is really jeopardizing your future with all that. I mean, at the end of the day, no one really cares what you're pulling up in the stoplight. I know I don't care. If anything, I have more respect if you have a cheap car because I'm like, oh, this person's doing what they can to get ahead in life. But then when I see someone with an expensive car, obviously it could be someone who's made it, they have the money, it's no issue, but I feel like 50% of the time it's people that, they can barely afford that car, barely afford the maintenance, barely afford the oil change. You know how much an oil change is on a BMW? I think it's like $200. You know how much an oil change is for my car? Like $30, $35. It's like, gotta live by your means. You can't, and as you gain more income, you have to keep your spending at a very consistent level. Because lifestyle inflation is a real thing that happens. Lifestyle creep, where people earn more. There's a mild sense of entitlement there, where I am entitled to this. I worked for this, and it's like I'm not saying don't reward yourself, but there's limitations to all rewards. Like, do you really need to flex and buy $1,000 piece of electronic? Or do you really need to flex and get the newest model of that car? Like, I mean, it all comes down to value, what you value. So, I don't know. I don't think Wall Street's going to be phased of what's going on. The only thing that will probably phase Wall Street is bigger companies laying off employees and stuff like that. I think the indexes are going to continue to rally, and I think currencies will continue to rally, especially Bitcoin with its post-halving. My bottom line is, people, you have to invest. You have to invest. The dollar's losing value every day. You have to invest. And if you're scared to invest, at least have your money in a high yield savings account. That way it's gaining something. Because nowadays, like, my bank is pennies. Pennies a month. Pennies. That's why I started investing. And, I think you should too. Do some research, look up some things. Don't look for get rich quick schemes, because 9 times out of 10 you'll end up holding the bag. Um, just tread carefully out there. You can't trust anyone in this financial game. Um, Always look into where you're getting your advice, look into everything. Seek absolute transparency with everything you do when it comes to your money. Uh, can't tell you how many times I've been burnt for certain things, whether it be in investments or other kind of business deals. So always do your due diligence before doing business with anyone. Thank you for checking out the channel, folks. I'm going to try to make some more videos as much as I can. It's a little something I do before the trading day, so thought I'd check in and just let you guys know what I think and what the current economic climate is right now. Thank you. Have a great day.